Welcome to Bariatric Business Accelerator, the podcast created for busy weight loss practitioners and their teams who want to systematize, simplify, and accelerate the growth of their new or existing weight loss practice. I'm your host, Karol Clark, and today we're diving into something that quietly erodes progress in many weight loss practices that I see all over the US, and it is the high cost of inaction. Not just the kind that shows up on a profit and loss statement, but the kind that quietly builds up when you are avoiding some of the hard stuff, which we all do at times, the uncomfortable conversations that you know you need to have, the systems that you need to be tightening up, the accountability we say that we might get to next quarter or towards the end of the year. But let's talk about 5 of the most common areas that I see inaction cost far more than what you may even realize and what you should do instead of that. And I say this with all the love that I can because I know I have fallen prey to this and it's just an easy thing to do. But the first one is avoiding your numbers. I get it. Spreadsheets aren't necessarily why you went into medicine in the first place, but ignoring your numbers doesn't make them any less real. It doesn't make them go away. And not knowing your monthly expenses, your revenue streams, or break-even point, and how much you need to be bringing in, how many new patients, it can really lead to waste and financial strain on you and your practice and your team. Instead, build a simple dashboard. I do this with practitioners all the time. Track your number of leads, your cost per lead, your patient conversion rate, your monthly overhead, and just monitor that very closely. You can't grow what you aren't measuring. The second thing is tolerating poor team performance. And I see this a lot as well. Sometimes the thought of hiring somebody new is more daunting. But every underperforming team member sends a ripple through your patient experience, the culture in your practice, and it does inevitably affect your profitability. And many practitioners avoid addressing it, hoping that things are going to improve when they really don't. Instead, I do encourage you to take that team member or member, set clear expectations, create sort of a scorecard for them or key performance indicators for everybody in your practice, and have those hard conversations professionally and promptly when something's happening. A strong team can make or break your entire patient journey and, of course, your practice. The third thing I see is low conversion from lead to paying patient, because you're spending time and money on getting leads, but how many are actually becoming patients? If your pipeline is leaking, that's lost revenue and impact. So we can't ignore this either. Instead, really take the time to map out your lead to patient journey, automate some nurturing emails and follow-up sequences, follow up with those leads consistently and personally as well. And sometimes a simple system is all that's missing in this case. The fourth thing that people tend to sometimes ignore is not monitoring your marketing return on investment. Many practices keep trying things and while they're keeping old things going without really knowing what's actually working, what's moving the dial. You're posting on social media, you're attending events, maybe you're even paying for ads, of course, but are they converting? I love to sit down with the practices I work with in their webmaster and look at where every lead's coming from, what's converting, what's not, what's the cost per lead, what should we do more of, what shouldn't we do? So I encourage you to choose 2 to 3 channels and track their performance. Know what drives those leads and what doesn't. That comes from your patients and asking them. Marketing is an investment, not an expense, if you're measuring your return on investment. The fifth area is posting on social media without a purpose. Social media should support your practice goals, not just check a box that I put 3 to 5 posts out there, or I did 1 per day or 2 per day. Posting random content wastes your time and it rarely moves the needle for any practice. Instead, post with a plan. Educate your patients, inspire them, invite them in. Every post should connect back to your brand message and your patient journey and an opportunity to work directly with you or purchase something that you offer. A few last thoughts. Inaction, I do want to just encourage you, it does have a cost, or really bring that top of mind. Often it's disguised as being way too busy, having some fear, or that you're going to get to it someday. But the good news is that you can course correct starting today. And we've all been there, but start today. Just pick one of these 5 areas that I just mentioned and take one small step. Review your numbers, schedule a team check-in, audit your lead follow-up, evaluate your marketing, give your content purpose, just something related to one of those. Progress will beat perfection every single time, even though we are oftentimes perfectionists, and so we put everything off or we avoid taking that next step. So I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. I thank you for joining me today. If you have a colleague or someone on your team that you'd like to share it with you, I'd love for you to share this. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And until the next time, take action one little step at a time. Keep accelerating your practice moving forward. And if I can help, you can always reach out to me, Karol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com. Thanks so much for listening.